Hey, what's up, everybody? USA.patriot.cards here, and I am about, let's see, we all are about a week away from the National Card Show in Chicago. I will not be going. Truth be told, I've never been to a National Card Show. That's sad, but I do have plans to get to the National Non-Sports Card Show in October in Philadelphia. But I wish I was going to Chicago next weekend. It should be interesting. It should tell us a lot about where the hobby is as we roll into football and into the baseball playoffs, and basketball sort of percolates a bit. Well, not basketball probably won't change much in a week, but definitely baseball as we move to the postseason and the trade deadline, and football for sure. So today I just wanted to, I have a little piece of mail, but I just wanted to go over some of my recent pickups and show you a deal that I completed and how I completed it. Yeah, so a few things right now with baseball. Every year I feel like I find myself loving baseball cards more and more. It's what I grew up on. It's the tried and true for me. I definitely am into my art cards, my Star Wars garbage pail kids. I definitely love football. I definitely love basketball. It seems like when I'm in season, I like that sport the best, but I really enjoy baseball cards, and I really enjoy trying to follow the game through cards. When I was a fantasy player, I definitely knew a lot more about the rookies that were up and coming. But as I delve more and more into the rookies that will be coming up in the next couple of years in baseball, I find it fun to speculate, to pick up their first Bowman Chrome autos. Which, man, if they're anywhere on the radar, they are already coming out. First year, the prices are insane. You can find a couple guys every set that pop out that nobody kind of saw coming, and you can make some good money. You can make some good purchases early with those first Bowman Chromes. Also, I find myself very active during the trade deadline. So I did go ahead and speculate that Joey Gallo will finally be traded this year. He has been talked about for the past 4 seasons at least about being traded. It seems like the Rangers always dangle him out there and then pull him back. But it just doesn't make any sense anymore, especially he only has 1 year left on his contract after this year, so you can bring somebody decent or a couple players back that are decent, young. That's what we need right now. I'm a Ranger fan. We need young prospects, and so I am anticipating what I've been reading most about for Gallo is either New York, Yankees, or maybe the Padres. I know the Rangers and the Padres seems like they do deals all the time, so their front offices are definitely friendly with each other. But I went ahead and picked up this blue first Bowman Chrome on card 95 BGS. It's a Gem Plus. It's got 1/9 on surface. It's got a 10 on edges, and then 2 9.5s on the centering and corners. But he's a player that can get hot. He can also get really cold. But he's a left-handed power hitter, and he fits perfectly into what the Yankees would like to do. Then they are struggling. They're about 7 games out, I think, right now as we sit in July 24th or 5th, whatever today is. But yeah, his name has been tied to the Yankees and the Padres. And if he goes to the Yankees and he hits a couple home runs and gets people excited and maybe even gets them into the postseason, this card jumps pretty big time. So it's to 150. It is, what's that, 37 to 150. So it's got a 10 auto. It still surprises me. It doesn't make sense how a gold label BGS 9.5 with a 10 and 1-9 is about half price of a PSA 10. It's just crazy. I love the PSA 10 as much as anyone else, and I really don't have any intentions of ever cross-grading this, but you know, if this was a PSA 10, I would have paid twice as much for this. This guy is Will Benson. Let's see, picked this up last week. He is, and this doesn't have, oh, there it is. He was drafted number 14 overall back in the 2016 draft by the Indians. He's out of Georgia. He's 6'5", 215 pounds. Bats left, throws left. He's getting hot. He's at AA Akron, and I think he's got 12 bombs, 11 or 12 bombs. But he's hit a couple in the last week. He's starting to heat up. I wouldn't be surprised if the Guardians, news just broke that the Indians changed their name to the Guardians, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Guardians called him up if they fall out of contention, just to give him a taste, give him a cup of coffee. The book on him is that he has tons of power and he is vulnerable to the strikeout, which seems to be just about every young player that has power is also vulnerable to the strikeout. I think strikeouts are less of an issue than they were maybe when 20 years ago. And baseball, sabermetrics has realized that you can only make one out when you strike out. If you hit a hard ground ball with men on base, you grounded to double plays. So launch angle, swing for the fences. The good news is that he's cutting down on his strikeout rate every year. He's improving. So he is only, let's see, he was born in 98, 6'6", so he just turned 23 last month. His stuff is really cheap. I think I paid $140 for this. It is a 9, but it is also a true gold to 50. So speculation purchase. I have a few other of his cards. I think I have a couple raw autos, but I talked about the Kwame Brown YouTube channel and how I just discovered it and how much I love it. I got this recently, and let's see, where is that? I picked up this one and another Topps Chrome that's somewhere. I should have pulled it out, but this was interesting. This is certified cuts from, I don't know, it says Hoops right there. It is a Fleer product. Wow. For 2001. Fleer basketball. 2001, you have received an authentic autograph certified cuts from the former #1 pick overall, Kwame Brown. If you haven't listened to him on YouTube, go give him a listen. He's pretty interesting, very passionate. I agree with pretty much everything he says. He does get into a little bit of the gossip, like beefing or whatever. That kind of gets a little old, but most of the time he's really worth listening to. So I picked up this 2001 Topps Pristine rookie refractor. At one point, yeah, this was a nice card when he was the top pick in 2001. So that was relatively inexpensive. I talked about this card in a video I did a couple days ago, just how I've been on the hunt for this. Here's another example of a BGS gold label. This has a 10, 2 9.5s, and a 9, just like the Gallo. and this is about half price of a PSA 10. So I'm loving the gold label BGS with a 10 and a couple of 9.5s being half price. Then this was a card show find last weekend. Only $100. It's a great looking card. Great centering. I guess I don't think the maybe corners were pristine enough, but it's a great card for anybody that's my age. And I was 10 in 1985, so definitely in my wheelhouse. And then this, so I talked about at the card show trading the, and I'll show it here, National Treasures rookie RPA with the NFL Shield. And with that card, I traded for that card when it was raw, and I gave a couple Luka Prism rookies. I gave some Dak rookies. I gave some Trey Young stuff. I probably traded 6 or 7K in cards for the Zeke, and then I graded the Zeke, and I knew just by centering alone that there was going to be a problem, and it wasn't going to get anywhere close to a 10. But I wanted to put it in a PSA case, and I wanted to. I never really thought I would trade it, but then I just kind of figured I better before his value wasn't there, and so I did move it as a authentic auto PSA 10. So I turned that into a Juan Soto PSA 10 base, first Bowman Chrome, and $1,000, and then I purchased this with the cash. So basically, I turned that Zeke into these two. I really love him. He's been hot, really hot. Key Brian Hayes is 24. He was a former first-round pick, 32nd overall in 2015 by the Pirates. But his dad, Charlie Hayes, played for Braves, I believe, Yankees. I think he won a World Series with the Yankees. Anywho, he's a good young player to watch. Got happy to get the refractor PSA 10 auto. And then, last but not least, my mail item. Now this one, being a guy that's into sports and non-sports, I have learned a few lessons. And one of those lessons is that in the non-sports world, value of things sort of goes up and down as the market does. New products will sometimes, get hot and maybe drive up prices of previous years of those products, but not even really that. I guess what I'm trying to say is, Spider-Man's not going to go out and go 4 for 4, or Garbage Pail Kids aren't going to win a championship, and so really, the value is sort of set by the market, and then doesn't really fluctuate much, individually at least, maybe by product or artist for the art. Sports cards, however, are wildly fluctuate. They fluctuate wildly, and that can be a good thing and a bad thing, right? It's one thing for you to invest in a guy and he just sort of not have a good year, or turns into a bust. Maybe you bought a rookie or whatever, and he just never panned out. But it's one thing to invest in a guy who is clearly at the top of his game in whatever sport he is part of. And so it's not performance-based. it's behavior based, and this is a prime example of how behavior can really influence your sports cards. And here's another gold label with a 10 and 2 5s, 2 9 5s, and a 9 for centering. I guess that this would be considered the cleanest, right? If you had the 9 for centering. Maybe if you had the 10 as a corner or a surface instead of the edges, but that's a gem plus. But yeah, Trevor Bauer is in some hot water. Has been suspended. If you don't know anything about that, go Google it. It's pretty insane. And I'm just hoping. I'm hoping for his victims' sake that it's not true, or it's not as bad as it's being said to be. But yeah, he might never play baseball again. So outside of collecting this just for like the notoriety or the infamy, I guess, sort of like if you collected O.J. Simpson cards, I would say that this was probably I bought the card for my kid because he likes Trevor Bauer, and then literally a couple days after I bought the card, the woman came out and accused him of what she's accusing him of. Again, if you don't know what he did or what he's alleged to have done, go check it out. It's pretty gnarly. Yeah, so anyway, again, a little safer on the non-sport side, but thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to my rants. Thanks for letting me enjoy my cards and talk about them. It's what it's all about. I don't care if 2 people listen to my stuff. It's fun making these videos, so I do them. And it's fun to interact with your cards in a way, other than just buying them and just put them in a box, making videos and talking about them and talking about the process and what you're proud of, what you're not so proud of. It's fun. So thanks for being a part of it with me. If you made it to the end, you're awesome. And I might just do a giveaway for no other reason than you spent the last 18 minutes with me. So yeah, comment down below and maybe I'll hook you up with something. Who knows? Anyway, we will see you on the next one. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye.